All right.
Yo, yo, yo. We back with a funeral episode of Talking Game. I'm your host, Anthony, LT, King, Yellow Tape King, Tony, whatever you call me, lets me know when you what I was on when you was fucking with me. And we back with Jay, man. He the shades on, the black button down, the black
It's a
collar,
somber epeisode, man. It's somber.
basketball shorts on. Don't get it twisted. We going full TV mode. No, I'm joking. I don't know. But I haven't seen you since I haven't seen you on camera since we thought the Knicks had a chance to come back 3-1.
Yeah, man.
And they
I,
did. They
mhm.
they held it down in the garden,
Yeah, yeah.
but they got that ass tap when it came to what it is, Grain Bridge, whatever field house.
Yeah, game bridge, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How you feeling right now? Cuz I mean,
Man, I'm sad it's over. It was fun while it lasted, but it just came to an abrupt end, and it was just like, and I guess that's why Tibbs got fired, because the feeling around, I guess the feeling around the Knicks is that, well, at least with the fans, is that it shouldn't have ended like how it ended. So, you know,
um, can
it's a
I,
tough feel.
as a Knicks fan, what is a worse season? Like a season where it starts off bad early and you know where it's going, or a season like this where y'all, let's be honest, like we all picked the Knicks, me, you, and Coach before the series started. A lot of people picked the Knicks.
Yeah.
Is it worse to be like disappointed like this, like to have like a letdown, or like to have like know where you're going early in the season?
Hell yeah, man. That's like asking if would you rather lose on a buzzer beater or like just get blown out? I'd
Yeah.
rather lose. I'd rather they whoop our ass, like just blown out. Than to, come down to the wire. You think you got a chance and then it just rip from you. That shit hurts, man.
I feel you. And I can't speak for you, but I will say this. I do think that part of that is just the moment right now.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I really think that in a couple months, maybe even like a year or so, you're gonna look back and be like, yo, this season was that shit was a fun ride.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm saying like it's just right now you're thinking, fuck, bro, we was 2 games away from the finals. I don't want to hear that shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But I think you're gonna look back and this was a good run for the Knicks. The question now is like, how do you build off of that? And I guess you figure out how to build without Tibbs.
yeah,
You know, I asked a question last episode. I didn't think Tibbs was coming back unless y'all got to the finals.
yeah.
I
Me
didn't.
either. I think I said like even game 6, if we got to game 6, nah, you gotta get fired. We gotta get to game 7
Yeah,
at
you
least.
7, yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wonder. I haven't seen any names thrown out for the Knicks. Have you seen any names of like?
Yeah. There's been a bunch of names. Of course, Mike Malone.
Yeah,
Um, Even I heard Jeff Van Gundy. Like the Knicks, when it comes to like coaches and even superstars, like on the tape, like it's everybody could become a Knick. So it's like
yeah.
I heard Jeff Van Gundy, Bood, Vogel. Um, the ones that I would like though, like for them to interview, I would like for them to interview Mike Malone, Taylor Jenkins, Johnny Bryant. Guys like that. Those three, and I would even give Jeff Van Gundy an interview. Like, why not? See where his head at.
I like the Jeff Van Gundy pull
Hmm.
because he's actually been coaching.
Yeah,
Like he's been the guy. Like when I was watching the playoffs, Jeff Van Gundy was standing up as much as Tyronn Lue.
yeah,
Not in like an overbearing fashion. Like he was like closer to the bench in his own space, but you
yeah.
could tell like he had the player's ear. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell like, and he worked well with James Harden and Kawhi. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? He was dealt with superstars since T Mac. and Yao. You know what I'm saying? He's dealt with the New York media. So I'm
Yeah,
kind of mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes guys be gone so long. Excuse me. And like I ain't saying this like it's no, no disrespect, but like I don't really want to hear Mark Jackson name no more.
I don't want to hear it either.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
he ain't coached in a while. And like it's not just about coaching X and O's no more with these players. You got to know how to deal with these players
Yeah.
on a different level. And he may still be able to, you know what I'm saying? But I will want somebody who's been in the mix more recently.
Yeah, and not only has he not coached, he hasn't even been on the sidelines. Like
That's what I'm saying.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't been in the mix.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
feel?
Even like if he's coaching high school or college, like he ain't doing none of that. He just chilling.
Yeah, you feel me? So I like the Jeff
Mhm.
Van Gundy, somebody who can deal with New York. I was saying, I said Malone from the beginning while y'all
Mhm.
still had a coach. I like the
Yeah.
idea of them figuring out the two-man game with with Brunson and Cat,
Yeah.
with just as good of shooters around them and better defenders. You know,
Mhm.
so um I like Sam Cassell.
Mm.
Feel like he should be getting more consideration. I mean, what y'all just gonna let him rot? Like the league gonna just let him rot away in the Celtics bench, man. He doing pretty good over there.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't like Bud for y'all.
Nah.
Frank Vogel is a lateral move. I don't think that's an
Mhm.
upgrade. You keep Tibbs for Frank Vogel.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey, but he has a championship though. It might be a bubble one, but he got a championship.
yeah, but he's a similar coach though. Like,
Okay.
I feel like, yeah, I don't think he's the guy to get y'all over the top.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think who else? My boy said Mike Davis.
Oh, Mike Brown too.
Mike Brown, my bad. Mike Brown.
Okay.
Text me
Yeah.
Mike Brown. I like Mike Brown. Uh,
Yeah.
I think he can deal with New York because that's one thing you got to think about. You got to deal
Mhm.
with New York. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, and Tibbs can handle the media. Like that's one thing he could do. Like he
Mhm.
wasn't phased by that shit. Maybe because I think he's from like New York, right? Is he a New Yorker? I think
I,
so.
I think he's from Massachusetts, I think.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
He could definitely deal with that, but we're gonna see. It don't seem like, and of course everybody gonna say the right things, but it don't seem like the two superstars were in favor of firing Tibbs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But then, like maybe they might be putting on for the media, like to make it look like I ain't had nothing to do with that, but
Yeah,
meanwhile you had
sure.
something to do with
Yeah, for sure. I do wonder, hey, Cat, and I got this nigga fired twice.
it. Yeah.
Twice.
Two
I
time.
I'd have been a respectable coach until you got here. And
Yeah.
I always wonder how the Cat Tibbs relationship was. And
Yeah. I always wondered whether or not Tibbs like Cat. Cause he like rim protectors. He don't
yeah,
give a damn about offense for real.
yeah, for sure.
So I don't know how that relationship was.
Yeah.
On the outside looking in, it looked like, they could tolerate each other, but I don't know. You never know.
Yeah. Well, he ain't got to deal with it no more.
Yeah.
Ain't got to deal with it no more. I would say, I don't know. I don't know what y'all do for a coach because I don't know if there's a coach out there other than Mike Malone that I would look at and y'all be like, oh, y'all gonna win it now with him.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I really don't see a coach that's not a lateral move other than Mike Malone. I do like Taylor Jenkins, but I don't think Taylor Jenkins is the guy for the job.
I think with his experience, I think he's learned because he lost the locker room in Memphis. That's what they say. So
Yeah,
I think I don't know, man. I think I would give him a shot if there's nobody else available. That's better. I would give him a shot.
I don't
He's
think Taylor Jenkins lost the locker room. I think the
mm,
ownership in Memphis tried to give the locker room up.
mm,
'Cause they wanted that new assistant coach to run the offense a certain way.
okay.
That
I
was
can see that.
like it was two different voices going on in the locker room.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think Taylor Jenkins go somewhere and be like a top assistant somewhere.
You don't think he's gonna be a head coach again?
He could be, but I don't know. Like who needs a coach? Phoenix just added their coach. I mean, it's
Mhm.
y'all. Shit, ain't that many jobs this year so far.
Nah, it's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's normally a lot of jobs. It ain't that many jobs this year. So I
Yeah,
think he go somewhere, be a top assistant somewhere. Because most of the people they just elevated their guys. Like they took the interim tag off.
yeah, and it seems like the league is going more towards doing that. Like they're not really looking for guys that have already coached. Like a lot of teams have done that. Like the Celtics did that. Um, the Nuggets, like a lot of these teams have done that, and it
Like
seems like they're sticking with doing that. So I don't know.
Sacramento just elevated Doug Christie.
Yep, yep.
Like they're keeping the guy on staff, which that don't really make sense to me. Like I feel like if it didn't work, I don't necessarily see the assistant making that big of a difference. Now,
Hmm.
Doug Christie they did start winning in Sacramento when Doug Christie took over. I don't
Yeah,
think that's a coaching thing. I just think the players just started playing better.
yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah. I heard some names that I don't even want to repeat them because there's no chance that we're gonna get them. Jason Kidd, he coached Brunson, and
nah,
then Ime Udoka. That shit ain't happening. The Rockets will not let that happen. So
y'all don't have the draft capital to trade for those coaches.
nah.
Like y'all have to
Happening.
y'all have to trade for them, and I don't think
Hmm.
you know
Yeah.
y'all can hope for Doc Rivers to get fired.
Shit, I'm good. That's another lateral movement for me. Like I think, matter of fact,
It's a downgrade.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
I'm not opposed to that.
yeah,
Because I mean, Tibbs was on that Celtics coaching staff. They the same.
yeah.
They the same dude. And
Them together makes a really great coach.
facts, facts. Maybe. Well, I'm sure Tibbs ain't gonna come back as an assistant, but
Nah,
yeah, Tibbs might be the assistant coach in Milwaukee next year. I could see that.
I can see that too. Yeah, for defense,
I could see that.
I wouldn't be mad at it. As long as they don't hire or upgrade Rick Brunson to be the head coach, I'm good.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either.
Yeah, nah,
Hold on,
I'm
real quick.
good.
Hold on, real quick.
Uh,
So you not feeling the Rick Brunson elevation?
nah.
Y'all can go full Coach Prime, man.
Nah, I'm good on that shit. He could stay as an assistant coach, to coach up his son, but
Yeah, he wasn't even like the second guy, right?
he made it look like he was.
Boy, when my son fucking starting point guard,
Yeah,
hell yeah, I'm about to look good.
yeah. He involved himself a lot.
Especially my son is starting point guard, and we both left Dallas to come here.
Yeah,
Yeah, that better come with a job opportunity. All
yeah.
right.
He just got an extension like Tiz did
Really?
last year. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. You see the
yeah,
superstar hand wrapped, and
yeah,
y'all, you better give me an extension, nigga. Every time Jalen signed the extension, I get the extension.
yeah.
We're tired.
Be a package deal, nigga.
I don't care who the coach. But the question is though, how can if he can keep his job on the staff though? Because I'm sure a coach gonna want his own staff.
Yeah, but I mean, that's one of them things you might have to concede. Like, I might keep him around,
Yeah. Yeah, it's
maybe.
yeah, and like all bullshit, his son is the starting point guard.
Yeah,
Like this
yeah,
is a situation where I'm kind of need you to be in his ear because you can talk
yeah,
to him like nobody else.
yeah. Because
So
it's like coaches sometimes they have trouble talking to their stars. I don't have a problem with him. I just talk to his dad like, yo, tell him we need
yeah,
we need him to play a little more defense. Boom. You know
facts,
what I'm saying?
facts. Um, on the flip side, we got the Pacers, the
Yeah,
team
you got a piece.
team you hate.
Yeah,
I swear the team that I learned this year that Knicks fans hate the most, and they put y'all ass out.
yeah. Yo, two chokes. We got two choke signs in history now. Two, and then like it's kind of like how we kind of lost. The Knicks kind of lost the first game of the series. How the Yankees lost the first game of the World Series, and that shit is like them game one losses. That's heartbreaks. They come back all the time.
Yeah, it's hard to. Oh my gosh, it is so hard to come back from when you do that shit.
Yeah,
So So hard to come back, bro, when you do that shit. Can I say something that I don't think people are talking about enough with Tyrese Halliburton? And I meant to text it back in the group chat with us, and I just was working, so I never got around to it. But when Coach was saying how Halliburton isn't a killer, so per se, because his production and points go up and down, I personally think that's more so his style of play as a point guard. But when you drive into the paint, touch the paint, and say, "Nah,"
And dribble all the way back out.
you attempt to shoot a three to win.
Yeah,
I got a trouble saying that you ain't no killer, bro. Like I'm having a hard time saying that you're not a killer. Like you real deal was like, I don't care if we lose. I'm trying to win.
yeah,
You feel me? Because he touched the paint. He had Mitchell Robinson on skates. He could have did something. He clearly had enough time. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Hell
Enough
yeah.
time to go back and try to shoot the three.
Yep.
And when that shit hit the back of the rim, I was like, this nigga dumb. And when it hit, I was like, oh my God. But I knew it was a two from the beat. Like it was clearly a two. Like it wasn't like the KD play. But I was like, holy shit. I can't
Yeah,
believe he did this and he did. I thought that that was gonna be too much of a high and they were gonna
yeah.
after that because they got so hyped, but they kept
I
playing.
didn't think so. I thought the opposite. I was like, yo, they came all the way back and tied it up on a shot like that. Like, there's no way. They got too much momentum. There's no way they're gonna lose this game now.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
he was
yeah,
too hyped for it though.
yeah. He was. He was waiting for that shit.
He was too hyped for that. Like you could just tell that he wanted to do that, opposed to like when
Yeah,
Reggie Miller did it, you could tell it was just in the moment.
yeah.
That's how he felt. Like Tyrese Halliburton was like, if I get a chance. But
I'm
y'all
gonna do
gave
it.
him a chance.
Gave him a chance.
You
Yeah,
feel me? Like he can't do that if OG hit a free throw, if Cat hit a free throw.
exactly. Yeah,
Then y'all go up 1-0. It's a whole different series, I think.
yeah, yeah,
I think y'all I think y'all eventually win if y'all win game one.
yeah. It still might go seven. I said Knicks in six at the beginning of the series, but it still might go seven.
Yeah. But y'all,
So
y'all got the game, man. Y'all
yeah.
still have home court advantage. So and like you said, both teams were good at winning on the road. So
Hmm.
that would have been what y'all needed. But
Yeah,
y'all did. And Siakam balled out, Brunson balled out,
yeah,
Emhart, Naismith. Like they had so many other guys.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Miles Turner had his spurts and moments. Even though Miles Turner really couldn't do nothing with Cat.
He couldn't, and that's Cat didn't have that killer instinct because he kept getting in foul trouble. As long as you on the court, they can't do nothing with you on offense.
I I've said this since last year, man. Sometimes it seems like Cat don't want to be out there.
Yeah,
Like,
he be tired.
he be fouling his way to the bench.
Yeah,
And some of the fouls he commit is like there's no way a professional athlete is fouling like this.
yeah. It got like they look like they're on purpose.
Like it's fucking terrible. But
Yeah,
ah, see,
yeah. And another thing that I meant to say about Tibbs, I feel like he was experimenting in the conference finals with his bench.
he was.
How you can't do? How you pick now that like last minute to experiment with DeLon Wright and Landry Shaman, and he went to them too late. Because I feel like if he went to them at the end of game one, we they play defense, so
Yeah.
I don't think they would have had a chance to come back. But he put Brunson back in with 5 minutes left, and that opened the door up.
Well,
So
you know what? I'm not even mad at that per se because y'all went on a run. So you put Brunson in feeling like we got the best guy with 5 minutes left in the game.
yeah,
So I'm not even really mad at that. It just didn't work out.
yeah,
The Pacers just it's crazy that both of y'all were teams that played all 48 minutes. So it just came down to the team that was going to execute, in the last couple minutes. And
yeah,
what team that executed every time while y'all didn't.
yeah. But my thing about it is like you up what 14, 16 points.
Yeah.
You don't need Brunson in right now. You need to get stops.
Yeah,
For real, like if it do get close, all right, I see you putting it back in, but you need stops at this point.
I can see that. I agree. I agree.
Yeah, but
Especially with you Tibbs, and you supposed to be the defense guy, right?
exactly. Yeah,
I think that's what gets you fired. Was like if y'all was losing all like defensive battles and shit,
yeah,
all right, they just, they just made a couple more plays, but it was the fact that y'all was losing and the Pacers were still like getting the points. You know what I'm saying? Like they still was scoring. You know,
yep, yep,
110 was the magic number.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, y'all let them get 110 four times.
exactly. Yep,
So,
that was it.
like Tibbs, this your only matter of fact, your claim to fame is being a defensive guy on the Celtics championship team.
Yep,
So ah,
yeah,
but we see that all the times in sports. Like if you lose like the way that you're supposed to be the specialist,
gotta go.
gotta go, bro. Because like, what is your value?
Yeah,
You feel me? Like if you're like an offensive guru and we scoring 95 points, then
yeah,
maybe
nah,
you're not an offensive guru, bro. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, yeah, maybe you're not that good at this shit. And I,
yeah,
I think that ultimately is what happened with Tibbs. So, hey man, fun off season for the
mhm.
Knicks.
Yeah, yeah. It got a little more fun after the disappointment that we, you know, because it probably was the right move. Like I was kind of at first, I was like, I was shocked but not surprised about it. I'm like, damn, they actually did that shit. They actually let him go. Not like, oh my god, they let him go. Like why? But
Got his ass up out of there.
got him gone.
Hey man. I see you was cool with Siakam being an MVP.
Yeah, he was killing us.
He definitely in that last game. He definitely was like, it's a closeout game. I'm about to swing these votes.
Yeah,
And he did. And like Tyrese Halliburton had a Halliburton game. Like it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like a let me take this trophy game.
yeah,
And I feel like if we like with these Eastern Conference, Western Conference, and like finals MVPs,
mhm,
but once you get to game five, six, like actually like from game 4 to 7, like if you're in closeout situations, boy,
yeah,
you not choose that game to be decent.
exactly.
You
Yeah,
gotta ball out because people voting
yeah,
for the moment. Like
yep.
they don't care about none of that shit.
Yeah, it's recency bias when it comes to that. Like you could have had terrible games in 1 and 2, and then you play decent in 3 and 4, and then 5, 6, you just go crazy. Like you're gonna be the MVP.
Yeah, so I'm not mad at it. It was only what one vote that separated them.
Yeah, yeah.
So
The funniest thing was Hallie thought he had it though.
he thought he did. I would have thought I had it too, bro. Like I think that's the way that voting used to go, and I guess that's how they're trying to correct it per se or do it the right way. It's like let's be honest, the best player on the team normally was gonna get MVP. Like
Hmm.
they didn't necessarily. Sometimes they didn't necessarily have the best series. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? But you like shit, man.
yeah,
To him. Like if you go back and look at, I think 2010. Hey man, Kobe my guy, but
uh
boy,
huh,
Powell was close.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
especially how Kobe was like 6 for 24 in game 7.
Yo, that was one of the worst Kobe games I ever seen.
Yo, that game was fucking terrible, man.
Yeah, yeah,
But but nigga, Kobe about to get this finals MVP. You feel
yeah,
like, and then when you read the stats at the end and you put it all together, well, he shot 43% for the series. That's not too
yeah,
bad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
like it. But like now it's like, nah, we don't care about that. How does it
Mhm.
look? You know, how does it look the last couple games? All right, cool. Let's give it to him. Hate to sound like a hater. Look at Jalen Brown last year.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, ah, my boy led and everything. And it's like, yeah, but you look good in game 6, nigga. Here you
Yeah, yeah.
go. We shall see. We shall see. So who you got? You got OKC, we got Pacers.
Yeah, I got OKC, man. Like their defense is just it's stifling, and they got guys off the bench that's just lockdown defenders, and I think they just gonna overwhelm them with defense.
I think so too. I think well I picked OKC before the season started.
Yeah.
Wish I would have put some money on that. But fuck man. They would have got bounced in the first round if I would have bet on 'em. But I think the same, man. I think they have everything.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? They have size. They can run double big. They can run small ball with size with Chet. They can run small ball and have the other Jalen Williams at the five. You know,
Yeah.
they can run an all defense lineup and have like Chet, Hartenstein, Dort, Jalen Williams, and Caruso out there. And then it's like, how do you even score? They
That's
can
locked down.
like it like they can do so many things. They be like, we just gonna put shooters out there. We go Case and Wallace, Chet, Shea, run it, run the point. Dort is a shooter now. Like we're good.
Yeah.
Like it's so many. Isaiah Joe can shoot like and play defense.
Cameron Williams. They just got guys.
Like they have so many guys. You look at the bench and be like, a team can use him and he don't even play.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like they have guys like 1 through 12 can be on any NBA roster.
Yeah.
Like any NBA roster. The scary thing, and we talked about it last week, is like this might be the beginning.
Yeah.
Like if they get a taste of this and be like, oh, we can
Yeah.
run,
Yeah.
oh, and they're so deep that the injury concerns that happen throughout the season, they can deal with.
hmm And then
They,
not only that, they got so much draft capital that they can revamp.
yeah, yeah. They could just be a different version of a championship team.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like
They can get another superstar.
if they want.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna be honest. I always say like team when players say they want to win, I always judge that by who they have as like teams they want to be traded to. If it was to
Yeah.
happen,
Yeah.
no way your name is Giannis or KD or Devin Booker or any of those guys, and you don't say if OKC wants me, I'll go to OKC. Like if you really truly like prioritizing winning at this point in your career,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
Like
That's
there's no way if I'm Giannis, I'm not saying hell yeah, I go to OKC.
yeah.
Like I don't even care what they have there right now because I know that they're gonna. First of all, I know they have enough assets that we're still gonna be a good team. Whatever
Yep.
they trade away from me, I know we're still gonna be good. Because one
Yep.
thing, I trade me Shea.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I trust the organization to make the right decisions.
Yeah, they've done it. They've
They
showed that they can do it. So
don't make bad trades. You know what I'm saying? They don't. So even if it's not where I wanted to be at the moment I get there, I can trust the direction of the franchise.
yeah. They draft well, they trade well.
Like,
They just a well-oiled machine over there.
yeah, man, Sam Presti, man, he like just like any good businessman, you don't take bad deals.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I got OKC too, but I damn, I hope this not a short series, man.
I
Like,
hope not either, man. I hope it goes at least six.
yeah,
That's why we need coach here because I think coaching is gonna have a lot to do with the outcome of the series too. Because
true,
Rick Carlisle,
true.
I mean Mark Dagnall, I think he's a good coach, but ultimately I think Rick Carlisle is better, and we will see how that comes into play
I
in
think
this series.
I think that's a big deal too. I think that the gift for OKC may be the curse for OKC as well.
Mm,
Because man, I don't know why. It seems like finals games go by so fast.
yeah.
Like I swear I'm watching the game and I look up, it's like the end of the third quarter. So I can
Yep.
only imagine for coaches and players in the moment. And hey man, that rotation might have to be short because as
Who
good,
who's rotation? You think OKC?
yeah,
Mm,
because like as good as everybody is, hey man, this ain't the regular season.
yeah.
We gotta lock in with our 7 or 8 and roll with it. It's gonna be interesting to see. game one always like a filling out process, like how many players OKC do play. Like,
Yeah.
do they shorten their rotation or do they do what got them there? What got them here?
Hmm.
I'm saying because we talked about it last week. They're on a historic pace for like
Yeah.
wins and like margin of victory. So I'm interested to see like within that first quarter, first two quarters, how many players play for OKC.
I don't think you at this point. I don't think you switch up. Like you gotta go with what got you here at this point. Like
Yeah,
it's been proven to work against everybody you've played. So
yeah,
stick with it until it don't work. Then you make your adjustments. But I think you got to stick with it if you're OKC
yeah.
and Indiana too. Indiana too, because they go deep in their bench too. So
Yeah, and the thing is, I like that with Indiana, and like you said about coaching, and that is going to be a big factor. That's why it's like it's going to go six. I think off coaching alone. Um,
hmm
Rick Carlisle waits to see what you're going to do.
hmm
Like we didn't see Tony Bradley. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like damn near all
yeah,
playoffs.
yeah,
Thomas Bryant not hitting shots. Hey, we need a big Tony Bradley. Hey, you can't coach 7 feet.
yeah,
Go be
yeah.
a big, bro. You know what I'm saying? Carolina legend, might I add.
I
Shout out to my boy.
knew he was gonna say that.
Yeah, I wish he would have stayed one more year, but hey, that's just me. We didn't have NIL at the time. Uh,
Yeah, couldn't pay him.
couldn't pay him legally. But yeah, man. So I'm not gonna lie. A part of me wants to see the Pacers win it.
Shit.
I do, man, because like I'm liking this Halliburton run ever since he
Oh,
been called overrated, man. Yeah, I'm loving it, and like I'm on the bandwagon of proving wrong.
I think he's done that already. It's over.
Nah, because like I don't know. I like when people go on these runs, man. I like runs of greatness and dominance, which Shea has been on since the beginning of the year. So I don't want to take that away from him. Shea is one of my favorite players. But what the hell? What the Halliburton? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You know, my boy, he's been on a little run since the Olympics. Like I say, people talk about growth from the Olympics, and
yeah,
he didn't play, but you better know he clearly soaked up a lot of game.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? He soaked up a lot of wisdom. He probably learned how to work out in certain ways that he didn't know before, certain
Hmm.
drills, even certain little tidbits, you know what I'm saying, that coaches do or refs do that he probably never even thought about.
Yeah,
All coming now. Team Canada got 4 players in the damn finals.
yeah, yeah. They got who they got? Shea, Lou Dort,
Nemhart
Nemhard.
and Mather.
It's, oh yeah, Benedict Matthew. Yeah. Benedict, by the way, Benedict Matthew was a bucket, straight up bucket.
I don't know how he fell out of grace, but Rick Carlisle, the old school coach, so he might have did some shit we didn't even see. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Or he might have
yeah,
did some shit on the court that we wasn't even paying attention to. And Rick
yeah,
Carlisle was like, you know good and damn well you shouldn't have did that. Um,
yeah,
but speaking of Canada, call that a segue.
yeah,
You see what Adam Silver announced?
yep,
Team USA versus the world for the
I,
All-Star game?
yep. And I think we're gonna get smoked.
I don't.
You don't think so?
Not if we really try.
We don't have Tatum.
We
Who's
don't
in B? Who's in B gonna play for? Um, who's Cat gonna play for? It's a lot of guys like Kyrie might be Australian for the All Star week. Well, he not going. Kyrie, we wouldn't even have Kyrie. It's I don't know.
I say this, man. Matter of fact, where my phone at? I should have had this pulled up. I always say the the world per se, they don't have enough depth. They're top heavy.
Mm,
Saying, and I mean, once you get to the nitty gritty, if y'all playing to win, you're not playing. Only 5 people can be on the floor anyway.
yeah,
But
but think about it though. Like think about the lineups that they could throw out. You got. So I'm gonna go with the guy. Let me see who. who we think is gonna be all stars next year. Okay, so we had Donovan Mitchell on America.
Yep.
Uh, maybe Siakam, and
Nah,
he would play for the world.
he gonna play for the world for sure.
Giannis is gonna play for the world.
Giannis is gonna play for the world.
We'd have Cade. Uh, Paolo, he'll play for us. He'll play for us.
Yeah, he will.
Trey will play for us.
Yeah.
Shea gonna play for the world. LeBron gonna play for us.
LeBron not playing. I don't think we see LeBron in the All-Star game again.
What?
I don't think LeBron plays until he announces he retired.
Damn. So I mean, shit, they could have Giannis and Jokic on the floor at the same time. Luca gonna play for the world. Like I just think they just gonna dominate. We gonna have Ant. Um, Cat might play for them. Like it's just a lot of guys, and I don't want to see the world take over and win. But I mean, you got Steph, KD, but all the USA guys is like old man. You got
Uh,
Ja. Ja, if he's an all star, he'll play for us.
yeah, I think you got to go Ja as an all-star. At some point, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
at some point, we got to. Um,
Devin Booker.
yeah.
Wemby gonna play for France.
Okay, so this is a five that just off the top, which you don't have Tatum, but they have Steph, and it's just 5-on-5 right now. But you got Steph, Tatum, Bron, KD, Anthony Davis. I personally think you're gonna have to swap out LeBron because I don't think he's gonna play. So who would that be? Maybe Jalen Brown?
We getting smoked.
Uh,
We getting smoked,
You gotta
man.
swap Jason Tatum out because he's gonna
Yeah.
probably got.
Halliburton,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Halliburton.
Brunson.
I gotta look. I gotta look more in depth in this. I should have been more prepared for this. I think we're still better though, because we go. Let's say we go Brunson. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do one better. I'm gonna pull up all NBA.
Yeah.
There we go. All NBA 2025. Right?
Cade should be an all star next year again.
Exactly. So first team, we got two out of the five. Right? Which Tatum not gonna be there, but you go Shea, Jokic, Giannis. That's gonna be the starting.
Mm-hmm.
Three. Right? And then you go second team. You got Cat, LeBron. Oh, we got Evan Mobley too.
Cat might be Dominican that weekend. I don't know.
He might be Dominican that weekend. So, so we run out Donovan Mitchell. We go Jalen Brunson.
That's too. That's you already starting with an undersized
Oh,
backcourt
we too small. So you got to go Donovan Mitchell, Anthony Edwards, or you got to go
or
Steph,
Cade.
Anthony Edwards, or K. Like we good on the guard spot. It's the
Yeah.
front court. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then you
Yep.
go front court. We'll go Evan Mobley,
Yeah.
um,
Chet.
Chet, and probably Jalen Williams.
Shit.
Probably
What
Jalen.
about Paolo? I'll start Paolo.
Go Paolo. I think we got enough, man. I get the names, but then because I saw once you go down to nine, like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, bro, you start getting into Evan Zubac.
Zubac, all right though.
Yeah, but he's not even an all-star.
Yeah, that's true.
You feel
That's
me? I
true.
think that's the
Yeah.
thing. Is once you start getting deeper into the Europeans and the world,
Hmm.
you start running out of all-stars.
Yeah.
You now we just putting good players in, which is cool, but
Yeah. We have Bam too.
we would have Bam.
Bam AD.
We'll have AD, healthy AD. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because once you start going to, and I'm not trying to be funny though, but once you start getting to the Zubac territory, you're like, well shit, we can put Daniel Gafford out that motherfucker. If we just need a big to cause hell, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I think we'll be all right. But I would like
Lamelo if he plays.
LaMelo, I think would be fine. But the thing that I like is that it will force these niggas to play.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, because you don't want to be showing up. But
yep.
I also was hearing and reading that the American players were the ones that didn't want to do it because they don't want to feel like they got to play.
Mm.
Like,
I mean, yeah,
they know like we can't bullshit in this format.
yeah,
Kind of like how the WNBA when they do the USA team versus the All Stars.
yeah, yeah,
I'm saying which I remember last year when they did that, it was like shit. This might be the toughest competition they played. And then they played France. It's like, oh shit,
yeah.
we got some competition out here, man.
hmm
I like the idea of it. Like I love the All Star game. I lie every year and say I'm not gonna watch it, and I still watch it. I'm just tired of being disappointed by it.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
If that's what it takes, bravo. Let's do it. Let's.
Yep.
Um, real quick, you want to talk Yankees?
Yeah,
Devin Williams fucking sucks,
yeah. Luke Weaver's hurt.
so we're screwed.
Yeah.
I'm scared going forward. I'm
About about the bullpen?
yeah about Devin Williams close.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Because last night I actually caught the last inning.
Yeah.
Devin Williams from the
That shit
seventh,
is
eighth inning, ERA is 2.35 or something. Anything after the eighth inning, aka closing, he's over 10 ERA.
that's crazy.
So I am petrified going forward because I don't like teams that don't have an ace or a closer. And we got an ace, but we ain't got no closer.
Yep. And he made it shaky last night, man. I was like, shit, we had to lead the whole game. You
And
about to
I'm
blow Rodon's you about to blow Rodon's good game.
Rodon has been pitching gems.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna disrespect that man.
He earning that contract finally.
He's earning that kind. You know, the what if of if Garrett Cole was healthy.
Man.
The
Yeah.
what if. But we're doing good, man. I'm not mad. You know, it's crazy that Aaron Judge batted average dropped down to 364 for the month of May, but he still was good enough to be player of the month because he's just been that fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah. He's on a tear.
Yeah.
He was the only bright spot when we got smacked by the Dodgers on Saturday.
Smacked ain't the word.
It was 18. It was Dodgers 18, Aaron Judge 2.
Yeah. When you got Otani falling asleep in the dugout,
That's yo.
it lets you know all. But like I say, you can just tell I'm a spoiled Yankees fan because I'm just looking at the long game and I'm like, I just don't see us winning the World Series.
Yeah, yeah. We gonna do the Yankee thing. Like we're gonna have a good regular season. We're gonna win the East. And then in the ALCS or the World Series, we just gonna all our floors are gonna show.
Yo, I pulled up a clip from an episode I did like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I asked a question, because I'm gonna ask you this. Does a Joe Girardi led team win the World Series last year?
Hmm. I think so. Cause he blew Aaron Judge, Aaron Boone, he blew game one. Like I love Nestor Cortez, but yo, you don't put him in, he ain't pitched in weeks. And you put him in the biggest spot of the game. You can't do that, bro.
Yeah. And I said even bigger than that because that's what she brought up, the Nestor Cortez thing.
Hmm
But to me, I think the biggest issue was just stuff throughout the year. Um,
Mm.
lazy on the base pass.
That's true. That's
Lazy
true
on
too.
defense. Like all that shit was happening through 162. It's just when you're
Yeah.
winning and you're in first place, you kind of like, oh, we'll be all right.
hmm
You can't just turn the switch on in any sport.
Yeah.
And
He tried to make an example out of Glaber Torres, and it worked. Kind of. Well, it worked for Glaber.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but
it
just
worked.
reared its ugly head.
Yep.
Defense too. Defense was bad all year last year, and of course, in the biggest spot of the game in the fifth inning, just unraveled.
And when it's a Wednesday in June, you're not paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Especially if you fuck around and win.
Exactly. Yeah.
But when it's the World Series and the Dodgers are gonna capitalize on all your mistakes, and there's no other game to watch.
Yep. The
Oh,
world watching.
now, you know what I'm saying? But it was the same shit all year. So I think Joe Girardi nips all that shit in the bud.
Yeah.
Man, I
Yep. Because he held guys accountable, and for some reason he didn't like that shit.
and that's
So
the thing that's crazy is that they didn't like that he held people accountable. Like that's literally the reason he
yeah.
got out of it. And what's crazy is the player that didn't like it the most ain't even fucking there.
Who was it?
Harry Sanchez.
Oh, it was Gary. Yeah, he definitely needed to be held accountable. It's great, and he's a. I could see if Joe Girardi didn't play the position that Gary Sanchez played. They play the same position.
Thank you.
If anybody had authority to say something to Gary Sanchez, it was him.
You would
So
think so. And he won a chip at your
yeah,
position.
yep.
I've
For the
caught
same team you playing for.
I caught Hall of Famers at your position.
Yeah,
So I think, like I say, I think Joe Girardi wins it.
me too.
I think he wins it next year. I mean, if he was the manager last year, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Jazz too, though. Shout out to for being a team player and hitting a home run.
Raking. I'm not gonna lie though, like when I look, so like what I look at now, when I look at teams and I look at lineups, so
Mhm.
the league average is 244, which is
Damn, that's
fucking
crazy.
crazy.
Is that an indictment on the hitting, or is it showing how good the pitching's been?
I think it shows how good the pitchers are.
Okay.
Like
But is that something that MLB wants, or do you think MLB wants high scoring games?
I think they want high scoring games because that's just what excites all sports
Yeah.
for the casuals. But me, I don't mind good pitching.
Yeah, I don't mind it either.
Like, I can understand the greatness in good pitching.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm never really tripping about that. But I do think it's pitching. I joke all the time, like my dad, um, and I actually did this with some guys that we did this episode with from Boston. When they talking about, oh, I like the old school way of pitchers going at least seven, maybe eight, bullpen's not even that deep.
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool, but y'all come from an era of like if y'all got one person in your rotation and your bullpen that throw 100, that's a big deal.
Yeah. That's
So
true. Yeah.
everybody throw 95 or above now.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I'm
that
saying?
don't necessarily mean use them whenever you get the chance, Aaron Boone.
Well, I will say this, and that's why I like talking to people about sports because my dad was like, yeah, but they're throwing hard every time because they don't have a pitch to get over.
Mm,
Like back in the day, like just to throw a name out there, like Glavin would have a pitch that he can get through at 85 and like have the perfect location so he's not like just wearing his arm out all game. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, all right, let me throw this to get me a quick strike. Kind of, like, save a little juice.
Yeah.
Now it's like they throwing hard. And
Yep.
Paul Skeens, I seen this nigga have at bat. He went 99, 99, 101.
God.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Future Yankee Paul Scheme.
I hope
Hopefully.
so. Hey, he can take the mantle from Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
We just gotta pull the trigger faster than we did with Garrett Cole. Because remember, we were supposed to have Garrett Cole like 2 years early.
Yeah, before the Astros, right?
And I think we didn't trade Gleyber Torres for him.
That's damn.
I
Damn.
I think so. I think we didn't trade Gleyber Torres for him.
Damn.
So yeah, fucking Brian Cashman, bro. Gets
Yeah.
gets on my fucking nerves, but I think we'll be okay. Like I say, we'll at least get to the ALCS, and hey, anything can happen from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see what we do, man.
Gotta be in it to win it.
Got to be in it to win it. All right, cuz you got anything you want to close out with for the people?
Um, nah, just hey man, we had a good season, Knicks. Um, it's gonna hurt to watch this finals because I still feel like we should have been in there.
Yeah.
But it gave me a little, pick me up that Tibbs got fired. I mean, it's not Not to say it like that. He's still getting 30 million. He's still gonna get his 30 million. So, but I just think we needed to go in a different direction. Uh, it's gonna be an exciting offseason. If Giannis forces his way to New York, yo, come on. Come on, Giannis. Hey, Tibbs ain't there no more. You don't gotta play 40 minutes.
My only question is, what does that do for y'all with floor spacing? Because y'all lose shooting.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
We said it last week. Catch our best shooter.
He is.
So maybe Mikal Bridges get back to Phoenix. Mikal Bridges, maybe.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart, you got to work on them catch and shoot threes.
yeah,
But we gonna see. Because that's another thing though. Like the Giannis thing is, he also takes up a lot of Josh Hart space too.
yeah, yeah.
You
He
know what I'm
does.
saying? Like the stuff that Josh Hart does, like the dirty work type stuff. Like Giannis, that's what made Giannis great.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if Giannis the best fit for y'all. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I get. I was just thinking like replacing Cat's non-defense with defense from Giannis
Yeah.
would be a good thing, but the shooting,
Ain't nobody
is
talking about that.
big.
Ain't
Yeah,
nobody,
that's big.
I get it. Giannis is good, but he's good at what he does.
That's facts.
How does that fit with y'all?
Yeah, he's like Josh Hart on steroids.
6'10 Josh Hart.
Yep.
6'10 Josh Hart. So we'll see, man. It's the Knicks
Yeah.
though. Y'all, if and he's Giannis, there's no reason not to pull the trigger if he wants to come. Like I don't
Yeah.
you figure out how to make that work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that 34 go crazy. Sorry, Oakley. It's
Yeah.
a
Yeah. Oh, they giving him that.
this Anthony Cooper. Oh yeah, we don't even like they don't even like Charles Oakley.
Yeah. They giving him that shit quick.
They don't even like this man.
That's gonna be part of the pitch. Hey, if you want 34,
It's
you
cool.
got it. Yeah.
Cool. Oh shit. All right, man. Let me close out with this, man. And I'm gonna do a TikTok simultaneously because I was supposed to do this before we started. Um, hey man, I just wanted to talk. I've been watching college softball World Series, and
Yo.
it's been super exciting. It's been fun. I claim myself to be an Oklahoma fan, so I have to stick with that, even though they lost. Going
Yeah.
for a five-peat, which would have been fucking crazy. But
Yeah.
right now we got Texas Tech and Texas.
Yeah. Who's winning right now?
They just started. Uh,
Okay.
no outs. Runners on first and third for Texas Tech. And Najee Kennedy, sorry.
That's Shorty that pitched like 460 something straight pitches.
Correct.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
yes,
That shit is unheard of.
he has pitched every pitch
That's
in
crazy.
World Series so far. $1 million girl
Yeah.
first, and probably be the only $1 million softball player because they're changing the rules next year.
Hmm.
But one thing for sure, and I say this all the time: Black girl magic. Hey, look. No disrespect to any other race or creed or form of people, however you want to go about it. But something about when you put a darker person in certain sports, we dominate in a different kind of way, man. And shout out to my girl Najee Kennedy, man.
Yeah.
Ball worth every penny. Texas Tech never been to the College World Series, and they're going now. I like to think that she's underpaid.
Yeah. For sure.
Because one thing I know, they done sold a whole lot more jerseys on this run.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But we're talking game, man. Y'all be good.
Peace.